This is the CribTRAK. It's part of the Henchman track family for tool control. It's used in a tool crib for over-counter issuing and receiving of tools and equipment. So as you see it standing here, it currently has a display with a green block on it saying all tools in. At this point, no tools are issued. To issue a tool, you would need an access card. So it could be your current access card used within your company, or you may need to get an additional card. You simply swipe a card and you then are free to issue or receive a tool by picking up your scanner. We may scan this screwdriver as an example. So now after scanning it, it brings up a tail number entry. We just have one tail number at the moment called test, but all of these speed dials can be set up with a tail number. If you have more than, I think it's 12, you then have a drop down box here, which can allow you to select other tail numbers too. So we hit confirm we hit the tail number and then we log off. So it now shows us we have one tool out, and if we open the display, you can then see John Phillips has a screwdriver out, and it's been used on tail number called test. If you had a whole series of transactions, you'd be able to select them into tail number order or user number order. And the reverse of this is very quick and simple. Simply scan your badge, grab the scanner and scan the tool and log off, and now all tools are back. So that's a very simple arrangement for issuing and receiving standard tools. We now can deal with calibrated tools. If a tool has a calibration date on it, an expiry date on it, this can be entered into the system so that when you come to issue a torque wrench, for instance, which is past its calibration date, after scanning it, the system will tell you that this tool is out of calibration and is unable to be issued. If you want to issue a torque wrench, as an example, we'll just run through another example here. So this box here has got a torque wrench in it. So we scan the badge. Before the torque wrench is allowed to be issued, you need to select yes after checking the label on the torque wrench to ensure that you're happy that it is within calibration date. It's just an additional feature which is typically a requirement for an engineer or technician to have to check that. If you do not require that, it can be unticked so that it's not required. Now we select the tail number and we log off, and you can now find we have a torque wrench issued to John Phillips, and tail number is test again. So we'll return that, and I'll show you another version of a tool that we can deal with. So all tools are now back in. Now we may wish to issue a consumable item. Could be anything from rags. You would just have to have a box with a code on, scanning code on it, so that as you take rags out, you can issue however many. Well, we'll just start first of all with a single item. So we're now scanning this highlighter pen, and it's a issue. This is the tail number again, and we need to decide how many we want to take out. If we want to take one out, which we'll do in this case, we confirm and log off. Now we have got one out. This is treated almost identically to a tool, but when you come to return it, so we come to return this highlighter pen. Sorry, and so now we're going to say returning. It now asks us how many we wanting to return, and whether it's used or not used. So if we feel the consumable is still usable, we can leave it as unused, or if we want to tick it as used, it'll then come up as used, and however many you're returning, which could be a pile of rags, maybe half of them are good and half of them aren't, so you may have to do it as 2 entries, and confirm and log off. So now we have all tools back.